Brother and lads, welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are diving into the latest around Arsenal. We are looking at Mikel Arteta speaking here. He said that we are still in the market, and should any opportunity arise, we will actually grab it. Remember, at the beginning of the transfer window, he said that this summer we can't afford any mistakes. We will attack the market and we will get the players that are important to the next phase, and he has just done that. And I would love to ask you in the comment box below, what do you think about Arsenal going for a player like Wilfried Zaha in this summer? Now, Zaha is a player that we've been linked with for quite some time. He's a quality cover for Saka. He would be a very quality cover for Zaha. He's one that has played for Saka, sorry. He's played for Crystal Palace in the Premier League for quite some time. He's got the experience. And I think he's one of those players that are really interesting to watch. But also their productivity is there. Probably not good enough to start for Arsenal every single week. But I see him as a very, very good option if Arsenal are looking for a wide forward. So what are your thoughts if Arsenal were to pounce on Wilfried Zaha on a free this summer? We'll be talking about Karl Hein, Alexander Runarsson, and Nicola Pepe is going to Saudi Arabia potentially because, listen, a Saudi Arabian Pro League club has actually approached Nicola Pepe, but there is still a difference between the wages he expects to get and the wages they are offering. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let's get this video to 500 likes. Now, let's start off with that Mikel Arteta piece, which is actually very interesting. He was asked about Arsenal's, transfer dealings and what we're going to do in the later parts of the window, and it says at the moment we will be alert. There is a lot of time still on the market. We will have to see how things develop in the next couple of weeks. That there is still a lot of things to do for exits as well. So that is Mikel Arteta talking about Arsenal ins and Arsenal outs in the remainder days of the window. It says there is still a lot of work to do and we will try to be alert on the market. I think today it has been reported by the Mirror that Arsenal are more likely to go to do at least one more signing, and that could be a wide forward. And that's why I asked about Wilfried Zaha, because Zaha is available on a free. So our focus is getting a quality competition for Bukayo Saka. And our eyes are set on a young profile. So that's, I mean, that would, definitely rule out Wilfried Zaha. But we are focused on a young profile, a young player that can actually provide some real quality, right? So I think with Mikel here, the one thing we've got to look at is how much can we do in terms of outgoings in the remainder part of the window. We are looking at offloading Karl Hein. He's a goalkeeper, Arsenal's third choice goalkeeper. We are looking to offload Alexander Runarsson, and we are also putting Arthur Okonkwo on the market. We have, at the moment, we have 5 goalkeepers. Like, those are so many. Those are very many. Maximum 3 goalkeepers. A minimum of 2 goalkeepers. But look, the goalkeepers that like David De Gea, the goalkeepers like Aaron Ramsdale, that are so durable, you don't even need a backup for them. They're goalkeepers that I think you don't even need a backup for. Like Ramsdale, there are times when he will pick up that injury. There are times when you will need to rotate him. But I think Ramsdale will play every game in the UEFA Champions League, every game in the Premier League for Arsenal, and probably most of the games, especially in the important stages of the FA Cup. So Arsenal are then looking to offload Karl Hein, our third choice goalkeeper, on loan or on a permanent. Alexander Runarsson on loan or on a permanent. With Runarsson, I don't understand the consistent loaning out. Runarsson is 28, 29. It's not a young goalkeeper. And I think we've got to agree that that 1 million that was spent on him is not going to come good, right? He's been rejected by a couple of clubs that we've tried to send him to. I think it's a deal that we have to take our losses, we have to count our losses and just move on. So Runarsson, for me, a loan deal doesn't actually work. We either sell him or get his contract off the books. And then Arthur Okonkwo is one that is actually very interesting for me because he looks like a young lad that is ready to go on and become probably future Arsenal goalkeeper or become like Emi Martinez. I actually thought Arthur Okonkwo was going to be at Arsenal for quite a very long period of time. But Arsenal want to get some money this summer. We want to bridge the gap between our spending and our earnings. So I won't be surprised if a goalkeeper like Arthur Okonkwo leaves Arsenal for some good money, for a good fee. So Arthur Okonkwo is one of the players we expect to leave in this summer. Now, Nicola Pepe has actually received an offer from Saudi Arabia. It is interesting. It is very interesting, but it is true. It is absolutely true. So a club from Saudi Arabia have approached Arsenal for Nicola Pepe. They have also approached Nicola Pepe as well. And there's still a difference between what he thinks he should earn in Saudi Arabia and what they're offering. But the positive is that the offer is on the table. At least that is a positive. Look, he's one of the most difficult players to sell this summer. He's one of the players that, one of the talents you want to get rid of. You want to get some money for them, but the question is, how much do you get for them, and who pays the money for the, for him? I don't think you will get a club in Europe willing to pay his wages and pay huge amounts of money for him. So my understanding is that if a Saudi Arabian Pro League club has come in, they can give him 100,000 per week, and I think for Pepe that is a good offer. Right, that is a very good offer. Forget all this money he's been earning at Arsenal. I think that was during his prime. That was during his, peak season, and he's made his money. So if he goes out to Saudi Arabia and he can get a 100,000, contract per week, or maybe 90,000, 90,000 per week, I think he should take it. I think he should take it, because if he doesn't cross over to the Saudis, he has to either forego the money, cancel his contract with Arsenal, but also reduce his wages significantly for him to stay in Europe. I mean, it's the same thing with players like Romelu Lukaku. Of course, Lukaku is in a much better position. He's a much better player than Pepe. Pepe has had 3-4 catastrophic years at Arsenal. His last 3 seasons at the club has been like bad PR, right? Like simply bad PR. So, in my opinion, he goes to Saudi Arabia. He makes his money. Arsenal win. Arsenal win. He wins. He gets off the wage bill for Arsenal. I think he knows as a player he's no longer welcome in Mikel Arteta's setup. So at least an offer is on the table. There is an offer on the table for Nuno Tavares from West Ham. Arsenal are willing to sell, and there is also an offer being readied by Inter Milan for Florin Balogun. They want to pay 40 million euros, and Arsenal have to give them final information of the deal this week.